English senior unknown speed 5 seconds. Start. Mr. Vice Chairman, sir, the debate on the finance bill has been according to the best traditions of democracy. In a democracy, the opposition cannot agree with everything that the government does not. Can the opposition disagree with everything that the government does? Therefore, I have been gratified by the speeches from both sides of the House in that they pointed out the features which they considered good and also the features which they considered not so good. Sir, one thing that has really disturbed all of us, whether we sit in this house or the other house, the price situation in the country. I have never stated in any of my speeches that the prices will be brought down. I know that on account of the rise in the prices of oil and oil products, a certain measure of price increase is inevitable. It is so not only in this country but it is so all over the world. When I went to the interim committee meeting of the World Bank, developed countries complained to me about the effect of oil price hike on their economies. There were very severe rates of inflation and they were desperate in finding a solution to this problem. Therefore, I am not the person who ever said that the prices will come down after having said that the prices of oil will be raised. But the oil prices have not been raised by me. It is the petroleum exporting countries who raise the prices, and if I pass on the price increase only to an extent to the consumers, I cannot be accused of having brought about inflation in the country. The question is whether this country can afford to buy oil at that high price and sell it at that cheap price that we were doing. To buy dear and to sell cheap is the surest way to bankruptcy. This government does not propose to take the country to bankruptcy. We are willing to face the public criticism on this matter because it is inevitable that there will be a certain measure of price rise on account of the international situations which reflect themselves on our economy. Therefore, I wish to point out that this effect of oil price hike is showing itself and therefore there has been a price rise. Sir, there are two ways in which inflation can be combated. One is by control of money supply, generally called the demand management. The other is by increasing the supply of goods and services. Though I was warned by many people that in an inflationary situation, any attempt to liberalize taxation to give itself and concessions would add to the liquidity in the country and therefore further accentuate the pressure on prices. I took the risk of opting for the other course of increasing the supply of goods and services. But goods and services are not increased overnight on the presentation of the budget. The supply of goods and services will come up only as a result of the budget proposals which I have put forward. The budget proposals which I have put forward will encourage production and will give a large incentive to the small scale industry. In fact, production in the small scale sector will be accelerated to such an extent that even though in the heavy and medium sector, it takes a little more time for the production to come up. The production in the small scale sector will compensate the lagging behind in the other sectors. Sir, some honorable members were criticizing the idea of giving concessions to the electronics industry. They asked, when people are starving, why have you given concession to the television and so on? But people do not realize that the electronics industry has the highest employment potential because most of the things of the electronics industry are done manually. Therefore, it is that we thought that we should not only give this concession to the electronics industry but also remove even the license fee on radius, so that the production of these goods may increase and greater employment opportunities may be created. Sir, we cannot solve a major economic problem by attacking from only one side. We have to attack from all sides. We want to attack it from the side of supply by increasing the supply of goods and services. We have also tried to attack it from the side of demand by levying an interest tax, whereby the borrowing by some of the bigger units for unproductive purposes, such as keeping stocks in the hope that prices will increase, can be avoided. In fact, the credit squeeze which the Reserve Bank applies is not towards production credit, but it is only towards the inventories which are being kept and the distribution which is being done. Therefore, this policy of trying to meet the situation from different angles is being followed, and I am quite sure that given the cooperation of the people, the policy will succeed. Thanking you.